Hey Javier, how you doing? All right, let's hear it for coffee. Indeed, I totally agree. I totally agree. I mean, I just do not start any day without coffee, so I certainly appreciate it, and I can identify with this for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the composition. I think you got a good start. I think all the components are here and in place and ready for composition. I do have some recommendations here. And I think that one of the things that we really look at in this assignment is the ability to take a look at the image itself and to pick things out of the image to use in your composition. We saw that in the Volkswagen ad with that log cabin in the background with the car in the front. And I think that we can do that a little more effectively here than what is being shown. Though I do appreciate the fact that you've assembled this coffee cup with the required images. I think that's pretty interesting. However, there's some things in this image I think that we can really add to create a nice synergy between type and image. Okay, so let's talk about image first. The first thing I recommend is let's crop this out. See that wall in the background? Go ahead and crop that out in Photoshop. I think that's going to create a really interesting play with the negative space, and it's going to draw a lot more attention over here simply by that dynamic line right there. So let's get rid of the background by cropping it out. At that point, I think, and I'm going to go ahead and suggest that we don't, as interesting as this is, I'm going to suggest we don't use it because right now this assemblage of, or this assembly of images doesn't really have, I mean, conceptually it ties in with the image, but visually it doesn't. So there's nothing here that we're really seeing in the image. And one thing I'm seeing in the image that we can use to our benefit is that the image has got a really neat use of circles. We see circles over and over and over in the image. Here, 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 and here. So there's so many circles in the image, it makes sense to use circles in the composition. For that reason, I recommend this. Now, the composition itself, okay, so the object is dominant, right? The object must be shown with somebody interacting with it. And I think that this suffices, the hand holding the cup. Must show an image which is the result of the object. And again, here's that image right there is kind of doing double duty. So we can use that image, and then we can use two components. So we've got the dial, and we've also got the grate. And what I'm going to recommend is instead of using this coffee cup, we use circles to present the other images, the supporting images. Okay, so I would go ahead and do this. I'm gonna suggest that we do this. We take the headline, all right, and take the subhead, espresso machine, right underneath the headline, then assemble your body copy. Now, right now you're using serif typeface for the headline, serif typeface for the subhead, serif typeface for the body copy. Let's fit a sans serif in there, either in the headline or the body copy. One of the two. I think it's going to create some wonderful typographic variety. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and place your type. So we've got this type, left align. Here's your alignment right here. Here's your margin, going to be your margin line. So we'll put espresso machine, then left aligned body copy. Watch your rags. Right now, to me, this looks like it's center aligned type that's been forced to the right by word wrap. And that creates these really inconsistent rags. This week's lecture talks about rags, so I definitely want to see some attention to nicely formatted rags. Okay, at that point, so we have headline, subhead, body copy, all right? Then circle, circle, circle for the images. So you have a circle with the coffee cup, somebody using it, and then you have the two components. The coffee cup, somebody using it, somebody interacting with it, a result, which is a cup of coffee. Okay, so you have those, and then you have the two components. So you have circle, circle, circle. Okay, and I think that's really going to be interesting. Now, what we can do with the circles is we can also incorporate these horizontal lines by maybe taking your circles 1, 2, 3, and just adding 3 horizontal rules between the circles and the image itself. And I think that's really going to create some interesting play in the composition itself. Okay, so those are my recommendations. Other than that, I think you've done a good job. I just think that typographically, it's not a good presentation because it's not going to be easy to read. So that, and I think that there's some visual cues in the image that can really loan themselves to a very dynamic relationship by extracting those shapes and using them to present your images. So you'll present your images in circles, right? Okay, so those are my recommendations moving into your final submission. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know. Okay, good job, Javier. Thank you very much.